Mm, mm. And welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Knowledge. If any of you guys are tuning in, I just did a stream like a couple seconds ago. It was pretty laggy, so we decided to try again. Hopefully, everybody at home can let me know, is this stream less laggy? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of break a PokeTuber rule. Is I'm going to live stream somebody else's opening. Because right now, as we speak, I am currently watching PokeRev open up booster box after booster box after booster box, and he's just absolutely killing it with the pulls. He's getting tons of alternative arts. He's getting you name it. He's pretty much just dominating right now. And he's dominated in a way that I thought was should almost be impossible for Lost Origins. And me personally, I had great luck with Lost Origins, but I only opened up one booster bundle, literally 6 packs. I got it from GameStop, and I was able to pull the Garantina V alt art. It was super lucky. Actually, it was probably one of the most lucky things I've ever done. Uh, but just hearing other people talk, I'm hearing people opening up like multiple cases of Lost Origins and not pulling one single like alt art or, no secret rares, nothing like this. But with that said, I'm also watching PokeRev as we speak. And as I have on the screen right now, he just pulled the Garantina V alt art. Let me share this screen. Oh, he just put it away. But as I was speaking, literally just speaking during this video, watching the live stream, he also just pulled the Garantina V alt art. So I don't really know what's going on. But let me know if it's laggy now that I'm now sharing his opening. If it is, I might just not be able to share it. I unplugged my internet router. I did all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it looks like it might be a little laggy. Well, I think it's too laggy. So I will have to stop sharing it. Oh, that's too bad. I was really hoping we could watch that. Yeah, so the people in the chat are saying he's lagging, but I'm not. Oh well. I could kind of talk about what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing about this set, what it's looking like. So I don't know if this is the thing, to be honest with you. It's something I've heard people say rumors about, but I have no way to know if this has any kind of truth to it. But people are saying like it looks like some of the hits are being regional, and I find that pretty hard to believe. Pull rates should just be what they are, randomly inserted into booster box and stuff like that. You really shouldn't see any kind of what I guess you would call stacking, right? So stacking where maybe some of these alt arts all got pushed out at the same time, and maybe for whatever reason, like those were distributed to East Coast distribution versus Midwest versus, you know, like West Coast. So I could understand like that thought process some people are throwing out there that maybe it's just the way like the hits were stacked. But from what I'm seeing right now with Rev open up packs, it doesn't appear that Lost Origins has tough pull rates. But he's on the East Coast. I mean, I have a super, super small sample size, but I'm on the East Coast. Maybe there was some kind of weird like stacking. It again, it's something that it's pretty hard to wrap my brain around how that could possibly be a thing. But I don't know. There's also people talking like maybe people are trying to like push the set harder. And if you want to push the set or push prices up for, singles, the one way to do that would be like to say it's rarer than it actually is. But I don't think that's the case. And, shout out to Mason. He's in the chat right now. He made a video talking about how he thinks a Garantina V alt art is undervalued right now. I wish I could show you mine, but I don't have it right now. Saturday morning before 12 p.m., before the post office closed on Saturday, mine was already in the mail at $100 at regular tier going to PSA. Get that baby back as fast as I can. Obviously, pack pulled, hoping for a 10. I don't think mine is a 9. I think it has a good high likelihood of a 10, but really you never know. I would say chances of pack fresh, truly near mint cards, you're looking at like 85% gem mint 10 rate, 80 to 85%, especially with modern. Lost Origin seems to have extremely good print quality to it. So there's always that like 15% chance that I could be the unlucky one to get a 9. But even at a 9 at $100 express or I guess it's a regular tier for PSA, I'll still do fine on that card. And it's just sometimes you got to take those risks if you want to be first to market, especially with a card like that. And I think there's going to be a lot of competition. But this is the thing. If the pull rates are in fact much harder than people are saying, and if this stream that I'm watching right now of Pokerev just burned through packs right now at an absolutely astonishing speed, if that's the case where his are just outliers, I don't know. Maybe that means that these will be super rare, super scarce. But Mason Berry saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, who told people to buy it?" I don't think he said to anybody to buy it. He just put out a video that in his thought, that in his opinion, that it was undervalued. I think you got to be really careful with talking about stuff like that because that could incite FOMO in people, and especially, you know, depending on the people watching that video, they might just take it as gospel. But no, I'm just interested right now on what's going on with Lost Origins because there's things too that have been said that is such a norm, and the new norm is Lost Origins is going to be like a one and done wave system. Which, yes, the one and done wave system is not new to Pokemon in any sense because, in fact, that's actually the norm. That's how sets used to roll out. But the new norm for Pokemon set releases is that wave system. So, wave system is simple. We've seen like wave ones, wave twos, wave threes. And when that happens, recently in modern times, you are able to time the market in a sense. And how do you time the market with wave systems? It's simple. You time the market, and with the first wave, you're going to have prices are going to be at its highest. By second wave, demand goes a little bit lower. And then hopefully by that third wave, you see the lowest possible realized prices. I would say that's been true with almost every single set, with maybe the exception of Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies, we saw the first print waves where we saw the lowest prices, where we saw like 99 95 or $99 $95 booster boxes at that first wave of Evolving Skies. The second wave wasn't really enough to destroy prices, and by the third wave, we only saw booster boxes selling at like 144, which historically, or the new norm for third waves, that was actually really high. And now you can look at sets that got absolutely destroyed by third waves. An example of that would be Battle Styles or Chill and Rain. Those sets are still doing their best to recover from those. Now, it's tough to lump in like Battle Styles and Chill and Rain third waves because of how those were rolled out at the time they were rolled out. That was just I don't know how it will be remembered in the history of this hobby, but that was that absolutely massive dump where people got their allocations for like a bunch of sets all at once, something that nobody was really ready for, where it was like, okay, you, for this wave, we have Fusion Strike, we have Battle Styles, we have Chill and Rain. I want to say that was right around like the Vivid Voltage reprint too. And I think maybe there was a little Darkness Ablaze thrown in there. I don't remember the exact sets because now, like, you're talking a couple months ago, but it was a huge dump of a lot of products all hit at once. So the poorer products, or the maybe not as high demand products like your Battle Styles, like your Chill and Rain, we saw those really get hammered hard, where we are seeing, I I think I made a video. It was titled "As I Walk Through the Valley of the $79.95 booster boxes, I Fear No Evil." And in that video was the day that P Football Pete posted his Chill and Rain booster boxes at $79.95. And I made that video saying, I personally think that this is the bottom for this stuff. And I think these are actually good entry points for a lot of people if they were really patient and they waited on Chill and Rain and stuff like that. But this goes back to what I was talking about with Lost Origins. Now we're hearing from people that it could just be like a one and done dump. And yes, there will always be like little trickles through distribution, but no major like wave systems like we've been now getting used to. So now these, one and done wave systems, it's not the same as meaning there will be no reprint. I think Lost Origins right now has an extremely, extremely, extremely high likelihood of being reprinted. I would say, in fact, Evolving Skies, actually, even though we just saw a reprint of it, I would say Evolving Skies is also a very high candidate for high likelihood of reprints. I think there is the obvious sets that I don't think we'll see reprints. I think we have now officially gotten out of the first four sets: Sword and Shield Base, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage. No reprints. We already saw those last reprints, especially the Vivid Voltage one's the one that sticks out. Battle Styles with Demand, no way we're getting reprints. Chill and Rain, no way we're getting reprints. I would say the sets that have the highest likelihood is probably Brilliant Stars. I don't think Fusion Strike has a high likelihood of reprints because there's really no need. I think it's really just Brilliant Stars, Evolving Skies, and now I don't really think will Lost Origins get a reprint. I think it's an inevitability. Now, when is that going to be? That could be like 6, 8, 9 months down the line, which in the grand scheme of Pokemon is 6, 8, 9 months a long time. No way. We're talking about a hobby that is 25 plus years old now at this point. 9 months is not a long time. But in the near term, in the short term hype that is Pokemon, if that's the case and we don't see Lost Origins get reprinted for like 9 months from now, in the meantime, we could start to see like this crazy run up on booster box prices for a couple different sets. We already saw now Evolving Skies, it's gonna probably get pretty close to $200. Like, I don't think we're too far away from that $200 price point. Brilliant Stars, I don't think we're too far away from like the 150 price point, and then Lost Origins right now, actually, you know, as we speak on eBay, you could go to P Football Pete, $97.99 for Lost Origins booster boxes, free ship, and like there you go. It's still sub $100 on eBay. But it's just a matter of time for a set like this, where eventually like all those lower price booster boxes are just gonna get eaten up. The way I'm looking at the currently P Football P, and just like a few days before, he was at $94.99. So he's already creeped up his prices $3 per booster box in the last 5 days. So is $3 a lot? No, probably not. But a guy like that really has his finger on the pulse of the market because I think the last I saw on his listing, he had 2,733 booster boxes sold, which somebody moving that sort of inventory, greater than 2,700 booster boxes, like he's the one kind of dictating that lower end price. I know a lot of people quote like TCG player and stuff. I always go at eBay. eBay's where I always like to buy my booster boxes. It's where I've come to find out like I get my best prices. Uh, Mason Berry also mentioned in his video that he can only pick up Lost Origin booster boxes from a distributor right now at $95, which $95, that's only like $2 less than I could pick it up on eBay right now as, from P Football Pete. So, and the guy's name is Scott. He's a he's a guy I still need to get on this channel. I don't know. I kind of talked to him and then we had plans and then I don't know. He's a tough man to get a hold of. I'm gonna have to just go talk to him in person again and get a tour of his new warehouse and stuff. And hopefully that's still gonna happen. But I don't see Lost Origins staying sub $100 for the next 3 to 6 months. I don't. And I'm not trying to like incite FOMO or anything like that. But I think we actually have some crazy things going on right now with Lost Origins, which the character rare subset is so strong. Just the Pikachus alone, like just ignoring all the other cards in the set. You got the full art VMAX hyper rare, red with the VMAX Pikachu. You have black and gold Pikachu, the same artwork that we saw everybody stomp out on Vivid Voltage for the Rainbow Rare, but you have that in a black and gold card. You have uh like the other Pikachu V card with red and Pikachu again, but then my personal favorite Pikachu, which is actually a card I just picked up 4 of today because they were like $7 a piece on eBay. I just picked up everyone they had, but it's the Pikachu character card. I call it like this, the Sleepy Pikachu. We got the Sleepy T, but now we got the Sleepy Pika trainer card. I think that artwork is my personal favorite, and it's actually my chase card out of all of Lost Origins. And it's always super nice when your chase card can be like a sub $10 card. And yeah, that's always a really good feeling. And when your chase card isn't like the $200+ alternative art V card, like when that's your chase card, like that always kind of hurts the wallet a little bit. But it's nice when your chase card is a lower end card. But that's just Pikachu's, right? Not even talking anything else. Then you start looking at like the Mew Gold Stars and the Giratina V Alt Art and how playable Lost Origins is right now. If you guys are subscribed to Rattle Pokemon, great channel, especially if you like to watch a little bit of the playability of Pokemon, like the TCG aspect. He had a lot of videos where he was running like the Flareon VMAX decks, but after Lost Origins came out, he now has his most recent video shows him playing the Zoroark V-Star deck. And Zoroark is a little bit different. It's like a Zoroark with a Gengar, and it has an ability where you're able to like multiply your attack by how many damage counter on your bench Pokemon. And he shows like all the trainer cards, and there's like the Gengar character card, which goes into your discard pile, and then you could pull it out of your discard pile and then put 30 damage or 3 damage counters on it as their bench. And like it's a stacking attack, right? By like how much damage is on your bench Pokemon, which watching people now have fun with this set shows, oh boy, not only is this an awesome set from like a collectability and investability standpoint, now it's a super playable deck. Like, and now we're starting to see some new staples come out. Yeah, like the Palkia decks and all the water decks were pretty recently like super strong. And to see Rattle pull like a Flareon, play a Flareon deck, which wasn't like a well played deck, was actually kind of fun. But Lost Origins has a lot going for it. And to be honest, like Pokemon has a lot going for it right now. I know Silver Tempest is coming out soon, and that's going to be the last set of Sword and Shield. So we're running into this super weird timeline of Pokemon right now. When you really think about it, you got this is when the hype was supposed to be dead. Like the hype of Pokemon by September of 2022, because that's where we are at the time of recording this video. We're, you know, like, special moment of silence or maybe not a moment of silence because this is a live, but like, thoughts and prayers to all like the first responders of 9/11 from America and stuff. You got your firefighters and your uh, police officers and all the people that, gave their lives during 9/11, which is just like a absolutely terrible time in, the history of this country. But that's what today's date is. This is September 11th, 2022. And here we are. This is when the Pokemon hobby was supposed to die down. Like this is when the Pokemon hobby was supposed to be at its low, when the hype and the FOMO and the crazy prices, like it was supposed to be done. Like we are supposed to have been getting past all that. And our most recent reprint of a set is Evolving Skies, and we're seeing that booster box get close to pushing $200 per booster box. That is not indicative of a dying hobby. Like Lost Origins, single prices is not really like indicative of a dying market. The Moonbryon, a card that I have now talked about on, oh, my wife is now home with my son, so I'm gonna have to make this live end pretty soon. But what we're seeing happen right now with the Moonbryon from Evolving Skies card, which I told you in a previous live now defies all logic of everything we are supposed to know about Pokemon, that with greater supply comes less demand, and with less demand comes lower prices. But for whatever reason, that's the opposite of what we saw. We saw with greater supply caused greater demand, which caused greater prices, a sentence that should never be said in this hobby. But for whatever reason, the Moonbryon is doing that. Modern is now proving people wrong over and over and over again. And vintage cards, I'm watching a lot of prices for a lot of cards really recover. And they're not just recovering, they're holding strong for a lot of these cards. There is definitely like the bulk returns of PSA destroying like cards that are inherently not rare at all, shouldn't have been graded in the first place. Like, yeah, those cards are getting absolutely crushed right now, which is better for this market. It's a healthy market. Man, it's crazy. It's so Mason Berry said PK talk and play meta is messing with his brain. I'm sorry, Mason. I should I should not ever talk about the playability of Pokemon. But Ultimate Pack. So I'm just gonna go read the chat real quick, and I'm gonna have to log off now that my wife is home. But Mason Berry said the Garantina Altart is too cheap, right, PK? I don't know what's considered too cheap. This is where my bias comes in with the Garantina Altart. Is I think it's an awesome card. I've held it in my hand now. I think I like the black outline of it. I love the look of it. Problem is I'm not a big Garantina fan. He's if you were to ask me to name my top 20 Pokemon, he wouldn't even crack the top 10. So I think that's what hurts it a little bit. It could be one of those chances where the Garantina Altart V doesn't end up being like, the stomp card of the set. Very similar to what we saw happen with like the Machamp Altart V. There were some people saying like other cards were going to be the chase, but we ended up seeing the Machamp really hold strong and run away with that set. So is it possible that some cards can like surpass the Garantina V Altart? Maybe. What is the only card that has like the strongest likelihood of doing that? Is probably going to be like the Aerodactyl V Altart, but it's hard to say. Either way, I'm just not a big fan of that. Um, let's see. Um, Chap Rock Bang said, "This is FOMO pumping, man. No card holds the first month of prices. It just doesn't. Telling people to hurry and buy this at $250 price point is just scummy advice when that drop." I think he's talking about Mason's video. I'm not telling anybody to go buy the Garantina V Altart. And I promise you, when I get my card back from PSA in the week or two, or however long it's gonna take out $100, I will give you advice right now to not buy that card at a PSA 10 prices immediately after release. That would be very, very bad. I so I am not telling anybody to buy that card. But I think we need to see a little bit more of like how many of these cards exist, how many are going to start trickling out in the market. We're still running into this weird time right now where we're still in the process of like decent buyouts. Yeah, is that a more of a higher end ish buyout because it's like a $200+ card on TCG Player and stuff right now? Yeah. Is there going to be a lot of FOMO involved in that? Yeah. And Mason Berry is making it very clear to everybody out there that he said he thought it was cheap. That's all. That's his opinion. He was not telling people to go out and buy that card. Let's see. So Taprock Bang says tons of random commenters all over Twitter and Reddit. It's being pumped all over. I don't know if it's indicative of that card individually being pumped or it's just like modern being pumped. I think we are running into this weird area of Pokemon and weird area of the hobby where people are just there's a lot of people are now becoming overly invested in modern, which in the short term, like it seems to be paying off for people, but long term effects, it could be like super dangerous. Or maybe people got like larger allocations of Lost Origins and they're trying to like push their product and stuff, but it's hard to say, you know. When you look at a P Football Pete and 2,733 booster boxes from one guy, just one seller on eBay, like that means you got 2,700 transactions on the other end, which means that set is still in demand. And that's just one seller. And then when you start comparing all booster boxes across all platforms against all sellers and you see what's selling for a modern product, like FOMO could only drive like demand so far, where eventually a lot of that demand is not just FOMO, that's just organic. And I've already said it before. I think as a whole, this hobby is moving to a very collector base, investor base area that we've never really seen before. But I think there is a lot of FOMO that's going on with people just talking about what I mentioned earlier. It's like that single wave system, which again doesn't mean that that set's not getting reprinted. It's going to get reprinted. Lost Origins is going to get reprinted. Like this isn't going to be like a team up type situation or like a set like that where everybody's saying team up's going to get reprinted and then team up never got reprinted. I don't think it's going to be that type of situation. I think it's just going to be like that short term 6 to 9 month timeline. People are going to be like, start to get real antsy, be like, oh my God, it's been 6 months, 7 months. We haven't seen any reprints of Lost Origins. Prices are going crazy and all this stuff. Like, is that possible? Possibly, but that's just short term FOMO. And because anytime you have like questionable stuff, like what if stuff doesn't get reprinted and all this stuff? The same thing with Evolving Skies. I just told you Evolving Skies booster boxes are creeping up towards like 200. And I personally think Evolving Skies is next in line for another reprint. Like, I think it would be a shame if we didn't see that set get reprinted again. I think it's a set that a lot of people have high demand for. And we're seeing a flood of this stuff being open right now and a flood of it being available. Obviously you got like your outliers. I think it's like Costco's or BJ's or Sam's Club. One of those, I think it was Costco, had like the Evolving Skies ETBs with the tin promo for $37.99. And yeah, there was also like the Chill and Rain one. I don't think the Chill and Rain ones got bought out at all, like the Evolving Skies, but you were seeing people with grocery carts, like Costco size grocery carts loaded with these specialty displays of ETBs and tins and stuff like that. So I see Drew's in there. He put some good advice in the chat right now. He said, like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification. Appreciate that, Drew. And especially hit that bell notification if you guys do like the live interaction and you don't like to watch these after the fact. You could get the notification when I do go live because I don't really like announce it to people. I see Ivan the Mad Dabbler's in here. He said he finally got a PK live. Appreciate to see you guys in there. Yeah, it's pretty rare for me to go live at mid-afternoon. Ancient Mew said the Pokemon Company knows what they're doing. Hey, that's something me and you could definitely agree on. Ancient Mew, Pokemon Company definitely knows what they're doing. And the problem is how long is that really? What does that really mean? What do they know? And are they starting to become conscious about like Scarlet and Violet and moving on to the next sets and stuff? Yeah, sorry guys. So my wife and kid just got home. I could hear my son pitter pattering around. Oh boy, he's walking over. All right, guys. I'm going to hide his face because I don't really want him on YouTube. But I appreciate all you guys, and I'll catch you guys all on the next video. Okay. What? Hold on.